TV. Gonna grab a drink or three, because you know it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. 2 lads from Yorkshire and another bloke from Somerset, supping and chatting away with each other, you never quite know what you're gonna get. Mark is a spark and his barbs are sharp, he has us crying. For an electrician his banter is electrifying. Neil's a designer, the guy with the cider. John is the landlord and they're all on Happy Hour TV.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Thank you for joining us for another Happy Hour TV. My name is Neil. We've got John and Mark with us. We're going to have some fun for the next hour. Yeah, we've got a special guest coming on and joining us. You'll find out a bit about him in a moment. But yeah, let's get you to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell. The bell button will notify you when you've got, if it's on your phone and things. It'll let you know when our next episode goes live. So do that for us. That'd be great. And if you like what you see, hit the like button. Cool, guys. How's our week been? It's been a bit of a strange one this week, So yeah, how are we doing?
Well, I've still no news on the job front. Still waiting on word back from the interview I had. So
yeah.
To be honest, I've just sat around all week and done nothing.
We're a week into another lockdown, and that's the thing. It's like we're stuck in this situation again, and we're all faced with it. So, it's going to be difficult, I guess, in any job, interviews and things. Obviously, you can do them via Zoom, but... but like I say, I think start date is starting anything.
All being put on hold, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see on that one. It's a funny situation, but plenty of sitting around doing not a lot again.
Have you been watching any box sets or anything? Have you been chilling out and watching too much telly?
Just general rubbish. Nothing really.
Have you been watching Judge Judy?
Find something else to get stuck into. Nothing. Yeah.
Cool. Go on, John.
Well, not wanting to get too bogged down in the old depressing situation with the pub.
Yeah.
We all know where that is at the minute. That's a bit rubbish. But I believe that there's always a silver lining to every cloud. So, in our opportunity to find a new pet that we can keep up with, we've got a new pet.
Hey. We've lost Buzz. Buzz
Lightyear's done one.
He's gone.
he keeps on scratching around in the sofa, and then when we lift it up, it disappears. Just can't catch him, and that boy's gone wild, and it won't be long before he really does skate properly. But we can't get him.
So what's next?
Well, we've got. It's just here actually. Our new pets.
It's a snail.
Actually there's 3 here to say hello.
Yeah.
But these, we've got 7 in total.
Have they just been sat on your plate behind you?
Yeah.
They're not like crawling off the plate or anything.
No, they're just relaxing.
Just relaxing.
Yeah, they've got a little little bath here. There's a bit of water. See?
Right.
Hard work.
But you can keep up with that.
That's what you want out of a pet, yeah.
I reckon they move quicker than you think. I think they'll surprise you. And yeah, okay. So you got 3 of them. You said you got a couple more, did you say?
Yeah, we've got 7 in total, yeah.
7?
7 in total, yeah.
Goodness
African
me.
land snails or something. They're only tall. The guy who sold them to us said that they're only small. They'll be fine.
Well, I've got snails in my fish tank, but they're small. Do you know what I mean? Like they ain't gonna grow any bigger.
Yeah, I think that's what they are. Yeah. African land snails, he said.
I'm sure I've seen them big African ones get quite big though. I'm sure.
I've seen people holding one of them that goes from one side of one hand, and it's so long it goes to the other side of the other hand. That's how small they are.
I'm gonna Google this, and I'm gonna stick an image there for people to see how big they get.
See what it's in for. Yeah.
After I got them, honestly, I Googled how big they would grow, and I almost was sick. Right.
Good luck with that, John. Good luck with that. It's been a bit of a catch-up week for me. I've been inundated work-wise, so I've not really moved very far from this computer. It's been an interesting one. I've been under the cosh work-wise, just getting things done and getting things off to print and things. So hopefully the next, the advantage of a lockdown, things may quieten down a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully. What are we drinking, guys? What are we on? I'm going to have a Vilberry cider barn Thatcher's. So I'll crack that one open. Go on, John.
So I'm going on to be all trusted.
The old Cockburns. Okay.
Good job.
Very good. You're not drinking lots of ale at the moment, then?
No. I'm struggling with my ale at the minute because I've locked it all down. I've sealed all my containers, I've serviced all my lines. Yeah. So everything's on. What's that mode where you can almost cryogenically freeze people and preserve them for thousands of years?
I hope that works out. I hope it's not longer than it needs to be. They do assure us that it'll finish.
In theory, and that's my little drop when I've done my porting.
Very good.
More.
A drop of whiskey.
Beautiful stuff. Yeah.
Nice. Go on, Mark. What are we on?
Right, and obviously due to the lockdown, I'm back on my old cellar stock.
Oh, cellar stock.
I'm on the old San Miguel this week.
Very good. Let's clinky in then, gents, and roll on the next few weeks. Here we go, clinky. Brilliant. Let's welcome in our guest, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's welcome him in. The chap's name is Ryan Welch. He's from Queensbury. And he runs a private tuition centre, but we'll find all out about it now and find out how he's getting on. Okie doke, let's bring him in. Ryan, thank you for joining us, man.
No problem.
Good
evening, Ryan.
Ryan Welch, and we can see in the background there Kit McGrath. So you're based over at Queensbury.
We are
on the High Street. What's it been like? This has been a crazy year. I mean, it's not just this week, but it's just been all year for most businesses. What's it been like?
Yeah, from the 21st of March, I think we actually, when the lockdown was it, we actually closed the doors, as it were. And from then on up to when we went back in, I think we tried to put some minimal sessions on in late July, when we sort of came out of lockdown, when schools were allowed to start getting kids back. But it's just been scary. But I suppose the disadvantage was that I suppose business was down, but the advantage in a way is we've actually adjusted. So we've actually converted to over 50% online, virtual. Tutoring, virtual sessions.
Well, I know this about Kit. That's an advantage that you guys have got. Whereas others don't have that infrastructure in place. So
the size of Kit, because it's global, we've got the benefit of we've got a head office that have managed to put this thing together. But the software that we would use in centre with the kids has been converted so that we can actually screen share. We have a virtual whiteboard where we explain things, and I can have 2 or 3 kids on the screen at any one time when we're going through step by step. And parents jumped at it, and of course they did. They're trying to homeschool the kids from home, realising that actually this isn't as easy as maybe I wondered it was. But so the online stuff just went from strength to strength, but it will never replace the in-centre sessions. They are fantastic because they are more impersonal. You can build a bit more rapport than over a computer screen with the kids, and that's important for the kids because you want them to enjoy what they're doing.
How have they been? How have the young people been? Because have you got regulars? Have you got kids that have kids that maybe started with you at the beginning of the year? You know,
Yeah.
you will have. I'm guessing. Have you seen a change in them since? You know.
Absolutely. I mean, across the board, we not only have we seen, I suppose, an academic change where there were regressions. There was, you know, there were topics. There was the academic side of things was suffering. You could see it was, because things that we would have normally done were suddenly becoming very difficult for kids to get through. And you could see that was bothering them. So we had to adjust that in real time during each session to make sure that, okay, we want to make progress, but we will settle maybe for holding you where you are so that actually will prevent regression. So we started aiming towards that. So we started conversing with parents, making sure that's what they knew we were going to do, hold them where they are, because a session's an hour and 20 minutes, Neil. So we were never going to replace 30 hours of school a week with an hour and 20 minutes. It's just not going to happen. But in their chosen subject that they're studying with us, maybe we can hold them.
If they're studying at home and they come across a stumbling block, they've got somewhere to go to ask a question.
Absolutely.
You know, and say, I've been stuck with this week. Could you just tell me what that means? You know.
And that's what we found more and more, which is why the interactive whiteboard, they're able to upload files as well as I am, or even just show it to the camera and show me what they've been doing. Again,
interactive whiteboards mean nothing to me. I mean, you know, I've had board rubbers thrown at my head and tiny bits of chalk. And how does a teacher, you know, get you on the side of your head with the tiniest bit of chalk? I mean, practice, yeah.
Well, when he does it to you 100 times a week, Neil, isn't it? He'll hit you once, twice, isn't it?
Yeah. Interactive smartboards, whiteboards. Look at that.
Kids have got really big heads as well.
Good. It must be really difficult, and I totally appreciate that that the kids are struggling. I mean, Mark's got a couple of lads, you know, that are growing up and things. Probably more your age group that you deal with.
Well, it has been so hard, just like I say, because you don't want to be on top of them all the time, because it's a bit abnormal to them as well, the situation. So you don't. It's hard trying to teach them, but also try to get a balance as well. So
and it's get
them off the Xbox.
The parents that have struggled the most are the ones that have cared the most as well, because they're the ones that are really trying, and they can feel that stress. There's a difference in the kids going off and having separate authoritative figures at school, and them being able to get them to do what's needing to be done. But when you're doing that at home and then trying to have a family relationship on an evening as well, actually that starts to get a bit muddy, doesn't it? So quite rightly, it's really tough for parents.
I think what you do, Ryan, is brilliant, and I think you know, any parents that are in that situation where they're struggling, you know, or recognising that their kids are not coping with the school load and things, and maybe the schools haven't got it right, you know, in terms of supporting externally, you know, and getting kids, you know, through their learning and things. So
there's lots of things that are hopefully coming to fruition.
You do support for GCSEs.
Yeah.
Do you do it for A-levels?
We do some A-level courses. So at the moment we've got 2 science courses running, but honestly, it depends on demand for the A-level courses. Yeah. It's mostly up to GCSEs. Okay,
cool. We'll put your links below, all right, and just let people know if it doesn't matter, you know, if they watch this video in 5 months' time, a year's time. It doesn't matter. If you want to find out anything about what Ryan gets up to in terms of supporting young people and getting them through their education, get in touch, give them a buzz. And have you got Facebook and things like that?
We've got the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and obviously our own personal webpage.
Yeah, so we'll get all that and put that in our details below. Super. Cool. Are we ready for a? Let's move on. Are we ready for what happens next?
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
Right.
Give it a go. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go on to our what happens next. So I'm going to show you our first clip. Here we go. All right.
Wow. What are you going for, the 6?
You probably don't recognise the chap at this stage. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan. Anybody seen this clip before?
No.
No.
Okay. What do you think happens next?
Go on, Ryan. Guest goes first.
All right. I'm going to guess that he's got a virtual. He's going to cock his leg up on the edge of the snooker table that isn't really there, and probably keel over forwards.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Bang on. We don't need to go on any further. Ryan's got it absolutely perfect. Let's let me just wind this one back.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Well done, Ryan.
Quiz.
Yeah.
Hello, Alex.
Now
you're holding a cue.
Wow. What are you going for, the 6? Oh,
Jeez.
Did you try and leave it on the table?
Brilliant.
try to lean up the table.
Yeah, trying to lean on the table. Spot on. Excellent. Very good. Very good.
During the first lockdown, gyms were shut, and I wasn't doing any fitness-wise. And I saw a video shared of a guy that's got a boxing sort of exercise routine through his VR, and I thought, hey, I'll have a go at this. Bought myself a VR and ended up putting one of the windows through in the concert. I cracked it and broke the hand thing. Well, I got a bit carried away. But what? Wasted on boxing.
Well done, Ryan. Thank you. John, you just breaking off there. You're saying that you weren't going to the gym, Ryan. John, you've been going to the gym. How's it going?
I've been about 2 or 3 times, yeah.
With Ryan, with the other Ryan, so the mechanic Ryan. Yeah.
Ryan, our mechanic friend Ryan, is built like an ox, or maybe 2 oxes blended into one. Yeah,
Is
so
he
I'm
showing up your inadequacies yet, or?
I've
right?
repeatedly and consistently shown my inadequacies, yeah.
Is it still open though? It must be shut again now because mine's shut.
Yeah,
mine's shut, yeah.
Yeah, will be. Right. Okay, here we go. Next clip. Clip.
Thanks, Neil.
Okay, this one's a bit longer. Okay, it's a little bit longer, but it's well worth it. Have a look.
Probably the worst moment for me, well, definitely the worst moment, and probably any designer on changing rooms has to be when I built a floating shelf unit 14 floors up in a flat in Wandsworth. It was to house a very beautiful collection of antique teapots.
Okay. The clues are all there. Mark, what do you reckon?
Well, obviously, antique teapots. It's not going to end very well, is it?
No.
I think they're all going to end up in little pieces somewhere, probably on the floor. I think
Any ideas how? You know what's happening here? So we kind of got the idea that it's not going to go well.
Yeah, she
Let's
said
try and
it was
work out how.
floating shelf, didn't she?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it will float in for very long, probably.
Yeah.
Crashing down.
Okay. All right. John, any thoughts?
I don't think there's anything wrong with their display cabinet.
Yeah.
I think they're either walking up the stairs or they're walking out the lift and they've fallen flat on the face in the corridor area and smashed the lock before they even got in the flat.
All right. Okay. So before it happens.
She said the 14 floors thing, didn't she? I think they've knackered them en route to the flat.
Okay. Any thoughts, Ryan?
14 stories high, floating shelf. Can we just clarify, what's a floating shelf? Is
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I was trying to get to.
Is it? I don't know.
How would you make a floating shelf? Any takers?
You can't see the brackets, basically. So normally you'd have a platform.
So you're thinking like IKEA shelf, that one where the bracket goes on the wall and the wood slots over it.
That's right. That's a floating
It's not one of them.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Oh.
This is a handy Andy job with the best known material in the world, MDF.
Oh.
it's, in that case, if it's not that sort of
It's not going to go well. I need to show you this. This is the highlight of my week. All right, when I found this clip, I'm playing you the whole lot. It's about another
time
minute.
for whiskey.
It's about a minute and a half long. Okay, here we go. All right, let's share the screen via. Here we go.
And the idea was this thing just was in the middle of the room. I mean, it was going to be absolutely great, and it should have looked wonderful, of course. But I mean, I'm painting such a great picture because, of course, the whole thing ended in complete disaster. Right, girls, this is what it's all about. This is our freestanding shelving unit.
These
Shelves.
I thought you were supposed to be an expert. Shut up.
MDF is pretty weighty stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's heavy stuff.
Is that better? No. Is it heavy? Yes. Good. Oh, me.
Only seconds after finishing in Linda's room, disaster struck. The added weight of all those books proved too much for the freestanding shelves.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That's all that. Oh no. That's all our teapots. Oh no.
I don't know, Andy. I think we just have to put our hands up on this one.
I don't believe this. Oh no, I'm crying now.
It's the books. We shouldn't have put the books on.
Shouldn't have put the books on.
Nearly. It's not the wood that's giving way, it's the bloody screen.
I think you better go sit down and we better tidy this up.
Yeah. Let me just take that back so that you can actually see how much stuff was on this shelf.
But Neil, there's no wires, there's no cables dangling from the ceiling. It's the ceiling fixings that have failed. It's not the MDF.
You reckon that's what it was?
Yeah, the MDF hasn't failed. Yeah. It's the ceiling. So when you look at the room, the catastrophe room, all the cables laid on floor.
Yeah.
They've just screwed them cables to the ceiling with just normal wall plugs, haven't they? It's just yanked them straight out.
I don't know whether Handy Andy was still in a job after that.
No.
But that would have been an expensive lot of teapots.
The way she said that we'll have to hold our hands up on this one. There's a reason for that.
And he was trying to walk out the room going, let me through.
He's trying to get out of the way.
Dreadful.
You saw this one.
Yeah.
I've not got actual video footage of it falling down though.
No, they haven't. No.
That's a shame because it looks like the CCTV footage.
That looks like it's on screen, but this was like a review clip, so they didn't actually show that. I don't know why, but yeah. And it was minutes later apparently, so they just put on the last book. Why put on a load of books at the bottom? Why put loads of weight? Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Let's go on to our next clip. This one's genius. Okay, now the Super Bowl in America, big deal, big franchise, adverts and things come on, right? And this was one of the big ads of the year, right? So I'm gonna see if you may recall it. I think it was on British telly at some point, but let's have a look.
T-minus 1 minute and counting.
You back to Pepsi, right?
Ah! Wait. Oh, we got this, baby! Hold on! I'll take the stairs!
Liquid hydrogen tank is at flight pressure.
What's your thoughts, John?
Oh man, no, it's one of the. It's realised at the last minute they've forgotten the Pepsi Max, haven't they?
Yeah.
So he's gone on this wild adventure to get from the shuttle to the vending machine when he's about to go on this wild adventure. I don't know. But he's got there though, he's got no brass, has he? He's left his wallet in the frigging space shuttle.
Okay, go on, Mark. What's your thoughts?
Left his coins in that little well, hasn't he, by the handbrake. They pulled the handbrake. That's where his coins were.
Go on, Ryan. Any thoughts?
Yeah, he's left his wallet. He's left his wallet back upstairs. He's going to run back up and back down.
Okay.
And he's going to go through this rigmarole.
He's going to go through it again to get the cans.
He's going to go through it again, isn't he?
You guys are good this week. You guys are good this week. Have a look at this. This is genius. Back a little second or two. Here we go.
Liquid hydrogen tank is at flight pressure.
So good.
Wait! Do you have any change? Check up there! Hurry up! In here! Shoot! Let the situation here! I've got it under control!
7, 6.
I'm a good man! You're a good man! We're good men!
Okay, does he make it back? Just quickly, yes, no, or yes, no. Go on, Mark. Does he make it back? No. John, does he make it back?
He makes it back.
He makes it back. Ryan, does he make it back?
He makes it back.
He makes it back. Let's have a look.
3, 2, 1.
Normally when Mark's the only one he's pessimistic, he always wins.
We're always going to
Can I get one of those? We're fired.
John, it reminds me of your chat with your rocket scientist bloke. We're so fired. It's just like he's got out of his rocket and it's gone off. Brilliant. There's your clips this week. Oh, I'll tell you what. We'll do one more. We'll do a trunk monkey. Are you familiar with trunk monkey, Ryan?
No.
Okay. All right. We'll do one more.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Here to get my car?
$85.
You said 75 earlier.
That was in. Now's now.
But I just walked 5 miles.
And I hope them shoes you got on's comfortable.
Car has been impounded. And he's pressed his key fob for the trunk monkey. Ryan.
I'm going to go quite literal, so monkey gets out of the trunk and maybe slaps about the impound guy. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, you're on John's line of thinking's always like a little ninja monkey. John, any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, what he does after he's gone, you know. Yeah. On the parking guy. Yeah, he's mugged him as well. He's got his brass back.
Oh, got his brass back. Okay, Mark, any thoughts?
Yeah, same sort of lines. He's cheeked him off, so the monkey's going to come out and turn into a bit of a fold-up merchant. Right.
Right, okay.
Got him in.
You're so violent, a lot of you. Right, okay. Let's bring it back up for you. Here we go.
That monkey can drive!
That just happened.
The Trunk Monkey Auto Recovery System, only at Suburban Auto Group.
Oh, man.
No, none of you got it right. You were all led down the garden path because of Ryan thinking ninja monkeys.
I will think of it anyway.
My question is that available in the UK? And what are we going to put a link on the
Yeah, a link in the description. I want one. We've asked our Ryan mechanic whether he can fit them. You know, a nice little emergency button inside the car on the dash, and on the key fob, and pick up a chimpanzee for the boot. I think it'd be a fantastic addition. Brilliant. There's your what happens next. Let's move on. Cheers, guys.
Okay then, gents. So the first question of the evening is, if you're placed in a scenario where your personal life became broadcast to all your personal friends, and all of a sudden, the last video that you watched on YouTube was the link was sent to all your comrades or your friends or your family. What video are they about to watch?
Who would like to go first?
I'll just better just have a look.
Hang on, I have to take my readers up. Hang on a sec. Where's history? Okay, I've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. I'm okay with that. Let me just point at the camera. That top one there, all right, was a jackass video clip, skydiving without a parachute.
Oh, I saw that the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, that come up on my feed. Yeah.
Yeah. Jackass skydiving without a parachute.
It links, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, so as he's coming down, there's another skydiver, and they join up, and they've got he's got like a harness on, so he's like linking to the harness. So they've got like carabiner things or whatever that they.
So he was 007 for that moment, wasn't he?
He jumped out with nothing. Yeah.
Was he naked as well?
We'll bring it up. So I'll bring it up in the middle of. No, well he was a bit. Yeah. He just had a pair of shorts on.
Just a pair of shorts.
But I'll play it in the middle. You know, in between all four of us, I'll play it in that middle section.
Was it Steve-O?
No, I don't think it was. No, I don't think it was Steve-O. Because the other guy was on the ground, but I don't remember.
I didn't recognise you.
No, I didn't recognise him.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, brilliant clip. That was the last one. That's what I watched today, and I watched a friend of mine, who's the magician guy, and then the other one, you know, giving you a rundown of what else I was. The Wurzels, you know me, I'm a Somerset lad. The Wurzels is on there. Just catching up with some Somerset twang. That's all I was doing. So I feel quite happy that can go out to the public. I have no shame, you know, nothing embarrassing there. Right.
Where do you? Where is the history thing?
So at the bottom of the screen, you've got library.
Yeah.
You press library, and then history's there.
Yeah. So there's mine. I don't know if you can see that. It's a video called "Unlimited Rice Pudding."
Well. We know your intimate secrets now.
It's like a dream.
Get a bath of it.
It's like a dream. I can picture it. As long as it's got $1 per jam, I'm happy.
Unlimited rice pudding. And I mean, I'll give you a very brief summary of what that is, just so you don't think I'm weird.
Again, I'll bring it up in the middle here, in between us. Yeah.
It's actually a YouTuber called Exerbia, who is he just tries to educate, but in quite a witty way. There's a lot of bad language, but it's quite funny to listen to, and yet it's all about time travel, and if we could actually do it, what would the repercussions be? So it's quite fun it takes the mick. But some of
a bit Red Dwarf-esque.
It's what?
A bit Red Dwarf-esque.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just silly, but he's great at the animations. He's great at what he says in the script, and it's quite popular. According to this, it's got 3.7 million views.
Wow.
So it must be quite a popular YouTuber. But yeah, it's a science comedy.
If he's got that many views, I'm using that as the thumbnail. Unlimited rice pudding. I'm going to put that in. Yeah, let's piggyback off of some of that.
It's also my go-to video because it's the so busy day today. So I play that in the background. It just makes me chuckle. It's
super,
good.
Brilliant, good. Go on, Mark. Let's hear yours.
Well, mine's pretty straightforward. Mine's just a football video. It's a Glasgow Rangers goal from last week in Europe. Shemarov.
Who? Who was playing?
Such a bloke.
Glasgow Rangers were playing.
Glasgow Rangers. Never heard of them.
Nah, you weren't. It's not your thing, football, is it?
No.
Yeah, they were playing in Europe against Standard Liège, and one of the players, Shemarov, scored from his own half. So,
that's pretty special. If it's
it was pretty much the last kick of the game, and he just kicked it, and it went over.
Yeah, and it went in.
He wanged it. He wanged it, didn't he?
Wellied it, yeah.
Wellied it. Yeah, wanged it. I thought, last few seconds, let's just wang it to the other end.
Yeah.
And it went in.
It did go in, yeah.
Score.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's fantastic. That.
And it blew the whistle, and he had a little bit of argy-bargy afterwards as well.
Ryan, I'm the sort of guy that calls goals points. You know, so they've got 2 points, they've got 0 points. You know. Yeah.
I'm with you. Unfortunately, I am the least sporty person. Yeah, just not. I wouldn't have a clue. Although
Right.
I've seen this goal now.
Yeah, John, we can only come to you if it's clean.
You have to give me a minute because I'll have to go. Look
Don't
at
delete your history.
It's YouTube, Neil. YouTube. Not Google search history.
Okay.
Give us 2 ticks, and I'll be right back.
Right. Okay.
What's he going?
Oh, he couldn't have done this before.
Where are you going? What?
He's gone to go and get his phone.
I thought he had his phone on him.
Yeah.
God.
5 minutes later.
And things. So people are engaging with it.
Fantastic.
So it's good. Yeah. Here he is.
We could maybe do. I mean, if you ever wanted to, we could do. You remember that program? Are You Smarter Than a 10-Year-Old? I could put some academic questions together for you guys, and just.
That would be great. That would be brilliant. Yeah, do some research on that, Ryan. Do some research on that. All right, get Get 10 questions together, and then you can come back another time.
Right. So I had to double check what word I'd used because I wanted you to get the right video.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna make a note.
I knew what I'd searched for on YouTube. I mean. I am a massive geek as well, and I was at me desktop earlier, and my 4-year-old came in. Said, "I want to go for a walk and see the horses."
Lazy chap. Did you just put on a clip of some horses and said, "There's some horses" on YouTube?
I searched for acrobatic horse riding.
There's a word for that. What's that?
Equestrian stuff.
Basically,
dressage.
Huh?
Dressage, isn't that what that is?
Dressage, yeah, it is.
Well, that I would possibly describe it as more elegant or whatever. But I was thinking more of
acrobatic horses,
like circus style acrobatic. Where the hop on, hop off. So the one that I pulled up was America's Got Talent 2015 acrobatic horse riding, and that is the last video that I watched. And it's got a 6-year-old hanging off the side of a horse going round and round. There's a family, there's 4 brothers and there's a little girl. So I think the oldest one is 16, and he spins around that horse. Anyway, so I searched it on YouTube, pressed play, and sat back, and my 4-year-old William stood there and watched it like,
just amazement, just watching that.
Yeah, I like that.
Brilliant.
To be clear, did the horse do any backflips?
No. No.
Switch off your phones, it's pub quiz time. Over to Mark.
Have you got a bit of paper, Ryan?
Yep, go on, Freddie.
Cool. John.
Ready?
Good man.
Go.
Oh, hang on.
Neil, you were expecting me to say, hang on a minute, I need to go get some paper.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Yeah, little faith, eh? Okay.
Go on, Mark. I'm on a haze now.
You're back on here, right?
Have you got a tipple, Ryan?
Well, I have. Can I go get it though?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Come on.
We'll say cheers as we're topping up. Yeah.
I'm trying to be all sensible with a cup of tea here, and you lot are all bloody.
Get out of there. Cup of tea.
Cool. I'll wait for him to come back in, and then we might as well do a cheers if he's got himself a bottle of beer. We'll find out if it's a local brew. How's your whiskey?
I love this stuff. It's absolutely delightful.
Is it smooth and creamy?
Man.
I like a nice smooth whiskey.
Yeah.
He's not gone for a bottle of beer.
Not messing around, is he?
He's not messing around.
He's a whiskey lad.
Oh,
what have you got?
This is Buffalo Trace.
Is that bourbon?
No, it's a Scotch. It's a whiskey.
Oh, fantastic.
Buffalo Trace. John, and you're on. Did you catch what John's on?
Ardmore.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. It's my favourite one.
Real peaty, isn't it? It's really.
No, it's got a subtle peatiness. It's not overly peaty.
I like it.
I went to Mark's place. This was to watch the boxing, John. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And Mark pulls out a bottle of whiskey, and it was like TCP.
Oh, but that says lightly peated. Anyway, my webcam.
Are you still drinking that, or is it finished now, Mark?
No, still got some of it.
Still got some of it.
What is it, Neil?
It's like TCP.
Ardbeg.
Oh, right.
Very.
Is it as bad as Lafroig?
But that stuff that you've just mentioned.
Yeah.
Andy Waterman, another bleeding Scotsman. He got me drinking that stuff. That stuff's even worse. Goodness me.
That's real man's stuff, is that?
Oh.
Chewing on a piece of timber, that.
That separates the men from the boys, doesn't it?
I'm all right with a brandy. I don't mind a whiskey if it's smooth. Irish, I can cope with an smooth Irish whiskey. I can cope with.
Do you know how to convert yourself, Neil?
Little and often.
No, well, but you've got it in one.
Yeah, just drink it.
Just wet your lips on a night time. Literally wet your lips. Don't drink any. Just get less than a teaspoon, and have less than a teaspoon every night for a week. And I guarantee you, at the end of that week, you will love whiskey.
The taste buds will change.
Yeah, you become accustomed to it.
Yeah.
You just have less than a teaspoon every night for a week, and just have it almost like you're having medicine.
See, I'm all right. I'm all right with a brandy. You can give me any brandy you like.
Neil, women drink brandy.
It's a weird thing, isn't it? When you're saying how to get used to something, it's like smokers when they start smoking. If you smoke regular, you'll get used to it. If you don't like it from the beginning, why do we do it? But I mean, I'm on the wagon. I'm on
the. I'm firm as right.
I'm with you. That's what we do. Well, you like it. We don't do it with anything else, do we? Drinking.
Well done for going and getting a drink there, Ryan. Cheers to you.
There you go.
Cheers, guys. We'll clink in. Cheers. Good man. Let's move on to the quiz, shall we?
Go for it.
Scores on the doors.
Right, scores.
Right, confession, John. Last week I just got myself in a muddle. We got the scores wrong last week. It's because I put you as a 3, but actually you were a 4. So last week we were on 4-4, and the guests were 3.
Yeah.
I got the point last week, so I'm 5, but you are 4. And guests at the moment are 3. So you've got a lot to live up to, Ryan, because our guests are on a winning streak. Okay. Every guest that we've had in, have always won. So, good luck. And game on.
Yo.
Okay.
This week, chaps, it's just straightforward true or false quiz. 50-50 again. So
You keep on saying these words straightforward, Mark. I don't appreciate this.
Yeah, I like to write me numbers down. Hang on.
obviously some of the questions are just a bit daft as well, so
10.
Right, okay.
we'll either way, can't
Okay.
we? Yeah, we ready, there, Neil?
I'm ready.
Right, ready. So, number 1. The youngest person to climb Mount Everest was 10 years old.
Go on.
Number 2.
Yeah.
One here for John, going on the snail theme. A snail can sleep for 3 months.
His won't. Ryan, he's only gone and been given 7 African snails.
Yeah.
Well, it's John.
John, yeah.
Are they still on the plate? They haven't crawled off the plate. How does that work?
One of them's having a bath.
Right.
6 months. 6 months, they'll be fully grown. About that big.
They'd overhang the plate on both sides.
Really?
I hope, anyway.
7 of them.
What are you going to do with them? Fry them?
7. Fry them.
Oh, man. I've been sucker punched into this. Anyway, moving on. Number 3.
I suggested getting some wooden runs, 1 to 7, get some runs and in things, put some broccoli down the end, stick them in the pub downstairs, we'll all have a bet,
You have to use a sheet of 8 before. 8 foot before foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it then.
Yeah, get it done. Right.
Yeah, okay.
Go on, number 3.
Right, what we're up to. Right, yeah. In Far Eastern folklore...
10 years they'll live. Right. 10 years.
Neil, behave. What? Quick, in folklore,
Sorry.
Don't repeat the question.
I didn't catch it. What was number 3?
Yeah, no, we're not going to repeat it, Neil.
Right, so yeah. In Far Eastern folklore, instead of a man on the moon, people see a rabbit in the moon.
Thing is, folklore is just so isn't it? Who has any idea what it is?
Great, it's folklore. It just reminds you of people sat round the campfire telling daft stories. They just
Go on.
4. A rhino's horn is made of hair. Number 5. There are 5 red stripes in the United States flag.
Say that again. There are 5
red stripes in total in the United States flag.
Okay.
Number 6. No birds can fly backwards.
Ooh.
Number 7. The individual numbers on a roulette wheel add up to 666.
Goodness me.
Oh, that's not fair. Ryan's working it out.
It goes up too. Guess.
Oh, man.
Right, okay.
Number 8. The knight is the only piece in chess which can move diagonally. Number 9. Australia is wider than the moon.
This ain't looking good. Go on.
I have not got a clue to any of these questions so far, Mark.
I've put false down for most of them. None of them are right.
Last one, number 10. Only 2 American states begin with the letter T.
Goodness me.
Well.
Okay. We don't have to prove our answers, do we? If I say false to something, you're going to go, right,
Well,
prove it.
Well,
Neil will want he'll look up next week. And tell
I'll
me.
be Googling this, yeah. Any they're disputable.
Get to bits. God, he quibbled about how fast a giraffe could run. But we both, me and Neil both put the same answer now, so I don't know what he was hoping to gain.
I realise that some of Mark's answers are dubious.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you know, let's go with it, Mark. Let's hear the answers.
Well,
right. So I'm going to do a thumbs up, thumbs down, are we?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Well, mine will be down for most of it.
Right. So number 1. Turns out it was false. Yeah.
I'm guessing it's younger.
No, we're actually 13.
All right. Okay. All right. Well,
younger, silly Neil.
Well, I would have thought like a parent would have gone, oh, well, me 6-year-old could have done it, you know.
And hard work. Was it Everest, you said, wasn't it?
Everest, yeah.
I can't imagine it. Even 13 is unbelievable.
The lungs. I would have thought the lungs would have struggled at the top.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
They passed out halfway up, dragged them up.
Oh, they panicked, don't they? Yeah.
Number 2.
Go on.
Yeah.
Neil. It's false.
Honestly, Neil, I can't do with this shit.
John, you'll be hoping
Remind us of questions, Mark.
you actually go to sleep for 3 years.
Oh, that was
no.
Hell, wasn't it? Was it?
3 years? I mean, that's going to be a very unactive pet you've got, John.
What he's hoping for.
Precisely. Yeah. No, you just stay still.
You've been doing it running around for the last 3 weeks and rat hamster.
Ah.
Well, number 3.
Number 3. It was true.
Oh, no.
Yep.
What did you put, Neil? Yeah, I bet you'd say that, wouldn't you?
I did.
Have you crossed any out, Neil?
I have, and it is that one that I crossed out, but I assure you...
Oh, right. Well, yeah, I bet it was that one. But, in fact, you crossed the last 2 out. Neil.
Yeah.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
Well, I haven't edited them.
Neil.
That's how they were.
No, I'm not having it.
Only because I was realising I was putting down false for them all.
No, you've got the number one.
Change them.
The other 2, you got to cross them out.
No, they were done before. No.
You didn't declare it at the beginning. Look at mine. No crossings out. No crossings out. No.
Yeah, if we are proving there's no crossing out here. Look,
there you go. Sorry, Neil.
Cheating.
We'll see how it fares.
You should have declared at the beginning.
Yeah. Go on.
Number 4, the rhino's home is true.
Yo.
Number 5, the stripes in the flag. Yeah, it's false.
How many is there?
7.
9. 7. Neil's going to look it up now and prove it wrong.
Yeah.
I only checked, it's 7.
All you've got to do is put on BBC News and press pause and count them.
Yeah.
It's all about the US election at the minute.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Number 6.
False.
False, yeah.
Yo.
Number 7, the roulette wheel. Yeah, it was true.
Yo! Sorry, Neil, you're behind now, brother.
Goodness me.
Number 8.
Nickname that the Devil's Wheel then.
The chess, yeah, it was false. Yeah, all good there. Number 9. It was true.
Yo, Neil, you're behind.
Enjoying this, Adrian.
Of course I am. Yeah.
Number 10. It was true. Yeah, just Tennessee and Texas.
Yeah, we'll have to rattle the swear box on that one.
Another one.
So, what scores have we all got?
7.
Let's go. Well, 7.
7.
No!
Hey!
Damn it.
He's only gone and done it.
He's gone and done it, Neil.
And is that legitimate, Neil, as well?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm glad I'm sitting down.
You're on 5 now, John. Very good.
Cool.
Commiserations, Ryan. The other guests will be really pleased. You broke their streak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, come on, let's be not so harsh on lad.
But you were mentioning about coming on and doing a little quiz for us, Ryan. So we'll take you up on that offer.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Love to.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get you.
What was the title again, Ryan?
The title of the quiz?
Yeah, that you're going to do.
Are you smarter than 10-year-old? We're going to base it on like year 6 primary questions.
It's not going to go well, John. Not going to go well.
I'm sweating.
Yeah. I think it'll be brilliant. I think it'll be great. So we'll enjoy that. So we'll welcome you back to come and do that for us, Ryan. That'd be great. That'd be great.
Okay then, gents, so the second question of the evening is, during your time, having chats with your comrades, your family and friends, out of your network, who has the most interesting career? Who's got the most quirky job? Anybody that knows anyone famous or anyone that's done anything a little bit quirky?
I mate, who works in a Marmite factory. Some people love him, some people.
Is that just a joke, Ryan, or are you teasing me and John? Because me and John are big Marmite lovers. We love a good bit of Marmite.
Marmite crops up quite a bit.
I love Marmite.
No, come on.
Is it just a joke?
Yeah.
You don't. I'm getting excited then. Getting excited then, thinking that we might get like 3 lots of Marmite, and some samples.
I'll have some Marmite. Yeah.
Let's think. If I was going to answer it honestly, I've got a mate who works for one of the high street building societies, but his job's really interesting. What he does is he goes into the building societies and some of the high street banks and puts pinhole cameras to watch the staff when they're pilfering out of the vaults and tills. And he's able to show me, bits and bats on his phone, without going into too legal stuff. But that's a very interesting job. But he's up at 2 and 3 in the morning to watch the guys actually put the pinhole cameras in the, you call them ceiling, them big square sort of ceiling tiles in offices. The cameras, it's like proper spy 007 type job.
Wow.
Real pinhole stuff. So there's no camera mounted on the ceiling. It's a tiny hole.
It almost looks like a Christmas tree light. Just the little LED on the end of a wire.
Wow.
And it's crystal clear. So, and if
bloody hell,
that on the high street, God knows what James Bond's using.
I need some of them in my life.
Yeah.
So that's the most interesting guy's job I know.
That's fantastic.
You say about James Bond stuff. So a friend of mine, I studied at uni with him, but his family, his father used to work for the MOD, right, in Wiltshire, right? So they got a base down in Wiltshire there, all right? I don't know if it's a secret base, but it's in Wiltshire if anyone wants to find it. So MOD, and they do all the development stuff, right? So it's a bit like the James Bond, sort of development of all the gadgets, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, he was studying with me at uni, and we were studying human resource management. Neither of us, and I don't think any person that did the degree, are actually in human resource management. I think we all went off and did something completely different. Well, this guy has gone off to go and work for the MOD because his dad worked there and he managed to get a job there. He's actually in the testing department, right? So they're testing out new gadgets, new things for the military to use, and things. And I caught up with him fairly recently. In the last couple of years, we did like a bit of a reunion, right? To catch up and find out what we're all doing. And he said that he was testing some stuff in the next couple of weeks' time or whatever, and he would be out in the English Channel wearing a wetsuit, floating around, waiting for the people to come and find him. So he was going to be wearing trackers and things, floating around in the water, waiting for the team or whatever to come and find him. And he was just going to be floating in the channel.
For how long?
I don't know. And I'm like, to me it was just like, to me that was like, what is that all about? And I said, how do you get around, telling people? He says, you can't tell people what you do, because you can't, all right? And I said, but you got kids, your family must know. He says, oh no, the kids think I work in a pineapple factory. Right. So when the kids ask him, "Are you going to work, Daddy?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm going off to sort out the prickly bits on the pineapples, and things." So he's just made that up, you see. So the kids believe it. You know what kids are like? They're just innocent, right? Yeah. So the kids have obviously asked him, "What do you do for a job, Daddy?" And he says, "I work at a pineapple factory." And he never thought anything of it until he gets called in by the school. Right, because the kids have been given this task: go and find out what your parents do for a living, right? So the kids have come back, and of course he's told them pineapple factory, and I check all the pointy bits on the pineapple, right? The kids have gone into school and told them this, right? And he's like, what do I say? What do I tell them? It's like, yeah. So
YouTube.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So he works at a pineapple factory.
School and said, actually, I'm a spy. And then unfortunately, I'm not to kill you.
No, not to kill you. Yeah. Genius. Fancy telling your kids I work at a pineapple factory and I check all the pointy bits or whatever. And, yeah, but so that stuff. That's really fun. But yeah, that's what he does. There you go. Go on, Mark.
Good.
I'm struggling to think of anybody really. I've not really got any interesting friends.
What does your wife do?
I suppose John. Look at John's job. He can just sit and get drunk every night, can't he, in the pub?
That's precisely what you can do.
But no. I've got a few people who work in the TV industry. And a few.
I've got no one interesting, but someone on Corrie. Listen to him.
I've got a few old friends who work in the soap industry, so I don't want to mention any names, right? But
as production or as actors or
a couple of actors, and then also
rub it.
One of my
rubbing
uncles
up with the stars.
One of my uncles, he works for BBC Scotland on one of the big soaps up there and one of the old sitcoms.
What soap? Because I wouldn't
in
have
Scotland. There's one called River City in Glasgow.
Yeah.
So there's a sitcom called Still Game.
Okay. I've seen it,
Yeah, he works on that. He was a gaffer on that production. So
very good.
Probably quite interesting job. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, that's something. Yeah.
Industry.
Very good. Go on, John. What's your thoughts then? You all right, Lauren?
Yeah, alright.
This isn't my whiskey. I'm not drinking this.
Made a coffee.
Yeah, let her put the kettle on. Let her put the kettle on. If it's not the kettle, it's the tumble dryer, Ryan.
Or the dishwasher. I've actually got the dishwasher on pause because you put it on 10 minutes before we're supposed to zoom. This thing goes constantly. Anyway, well done. It takes 2 hours 20 minutes for a cycle. Anyway. Oh God, I thought you were going to hit me then. Well, probably the most interesting chap that I know is a bit of a spur off of my admiration for the armed forces. And there's a bloke that I know that's a customer actually, and he's part of the, well, he was part of a special forces branch, and he's done missions that have been featured by the BBC. So when these people can never be named, and what he's done in the past is absolutely amazing, and it's real man material. And when he's telling me about some of the things that he's done in his career, it makes me stop, and there's no peripheral noise, there's nothing else going in the room. Suddenly, you know when someone catches your attention and there's nothing else going on whatsoever, and you just grips and you think, wow, I'm in awe of this bloke.
Is it the guy I'm thinking of?
It might be. I'm not going to say his name.
No, don't say his name.
Is he still in the armed forces?
No, he's not. No, he does close protection now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so he does a lot of close protection. I once asked him what his toolbox is for his trade, and he just said a 9mm AK-47. But that's what he takes to work with him. Yeah. So what a bloke! What a bloke! Absolute admiration.
He's really placid as well, isn't he? I bet he's really balanced. No, not a bad temperament or all like that. I bet he's proper level, isn't he?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, they're always there, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's the toughest ones that are.
Yeah, the thing is, what might wobble us or make us think, oh God, I'm a bit pissed off about that. It's nothing compared to what they've seen.
Yeah.
You know, their tolerance isn't up here. It's above the roof line. You know, they've seen some things. Very, very pleasant, very mild mannered.
It's a bizarre world. It's a bizarre world, isn't it? You know, when people, either just come into the pub and they're just like normal people, and then you find out what their job is. There you go.
Well, that's why we do this.
Interesting that we've got three stories out of those are semi-linked. Secret Service. You've got chap test and whatever, and a chap.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Good. Apart from your actor, Mark, but it's still nice to know an actor. He probably acted in.
At least we've got an odd one now.
He was probably an extra in the bill. Brilliant. Cheers, guys. Let's call it there.
Right, boys. Haven't you got home to go to?
Brilliant. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like button so that YouTube, thrive off of that, and they'll show the video to other people that think they might like it. So if you like it, other people might like it. So it'll help us out a lot. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and tap the bell icon. That'll bring up a little notification bell onto your thing. Lauren didn't get to do her skydive jump with all that's gone on, so we know that'll be coming up in the future. When that'll be, we'll come back to it, but the link is still below, So if you're able to put a couple of quid in and things, it doesn't matter how small, you know, hit the link and make a donation. That'd be great if you can. Thank you, Ryan, for joining us, and I hope all goes well in the coming weeks and months as we transition out of this. Fingers crossed. But thank you for joining us, and all your links are down below. So if you're interested in what Ryan's up to locally and things, or have any questions, I'm sure he'll be happy to answer them for you. Connect with him down there, so all the links will be below. Anything else to add, gents? I think I'm there.
That's it, yeah.
Let's clinky in, and we'll catch up next time. So next Friday, 5 o'clock. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, gents. Been a pleasure.